Railroad bridge has collapsed. It is now flooding downstream into Cedar River.
We watched the floodwaters rise and recede together. I had a front row seat. The city leaders rolled up their sleeves and got to work, navigating new possibilities for Cedar Rapids. The flood did not define us. It forced us to reimagine who we could be, to build on our dreams in areas like Time Check, Nubo, Czech Village, and to remind us of the respect we must have for a mighty river that separates East and West. It would be impossible to predict what would happen in 2020. A global pandemic, an inland hurricane, social unrest. Just like a 500-year flood, our city was faced with the unthinkable. But unlike 2008, I sat in a different seat, no longer on the news, watching from quarantine. A wife, mother, daughter of a first-generation American and veteran, worried for the safety of my parents, my family, my city. I wondered, who will lead us through this? Who will lead us beyond this and into a new day? Who will it be? What got us here won't take us where we want to be as a community. We need leadership. Leadership that's impossible to ignore. Leadership that will tell the story of a great city on the river with the courage and the resilience to not only overcome, but to grow and thrive together. It's called the City of Five Seasons. And friends, the fifth season is leadership. Let's get to work.
Welcome to the official launch of the Tiffany O'Donnell for Mayor campaign. I see a lot of friendly faces in there. Thank you. I know you could be a million places right now and you're choosing to be here, and I'm grateful because we do have a lot of work to do. I am Tiffany O'Donnell, and I am proudly saying today, I'm running for mayor of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Joining me now, the bravest husband I know, best sport of all, Michael, husband of 28 years?
28.
Only feels like 22, right? Yeah,
No,
just kidding.
Just like yesterday.
Michael's here, my daughter Luciana, who's a senior at Cedar Rapids, Washington, and I see my girl Devin O'Donnell. Hi, Devin, wave to everybody. Devin is my senior in college at University of Vermont. So thank you everybody for joining me today on what really promises to be an exciting time for all of us and a lot to talk about. And I'll let you two watch from over here, okay? Thank you. And thanks everybody for joining me. I see a lot of faces that I know and recognize on our Zoom call today. We're virtual today because while we're nearing the end, we pray of this COVID thing, there are still many different comfort levels. So out of respect to all who want to support this team, this really seemed the best way to bring us together. So I'm looking forward to multiple in-person gatherings really soon. As you just saw, I've got an incredible support team behind me. Jade Romagna is also on the campaign. You'll hear from her throughout the campaign. She's the name that you'll see. Lauren is also part of my campaign. You'll see her name as well. If we can't be in the same room today, however, I cannot imagine a more fitting place for me to share my reasons for running for mayor, and that would be our dining room table. And normally around this table, there are people on this call that join me, and my parents are here, Melanie and Joe DiBernardo, the real mayor of Cedar Rapids. They're joining me on the call. My sister Melanie, my brother Joe, always my loudest and proudest cheerleaders. And they're usually around this dining room table with me. And for us as an Italian family, it is the center of our universe and home to our Sunday dinners. And I know many of you on this call have actually joined us here at this table. And this is where we as a family gather every week to share our hopes and our dreams and unfortunately plenty of fears as well. And over the last year, friends, needless to say, we had a lot to talk about at this table. And it's through those conversations that truly led me to this belief, and that is that we are at a crossroads in our great city. When things are great, it's easy to look past the problems that we may have. When they're bad, it's all exposed. And COVID and derecho certainly exposed some real gaps, especially leadership. And I want to mention specifically the events of today in Cedar Rapids, on the southeast side of Cedar Rapids, racist graffiti spray painted on a home here. This should outrage all of us. We must say no to hate in all forms. Cedar Rapids is better than this. We want better than this for our families, for our friends and our neighbors, and those who we want to welcome into our city. We need serious leadership to confront serious issues here. And I want to be clear about what, or rather, more importantly, who I believe this campaign is about. It's about you. It is about the people of Cedar Rapids, the people of Cedar Rapids, all of the people of Cedar Rapids. The opportunity gap continues to widen here since, frankly, the flood that started it. And now we have a COVID shutdown, we have derecho devastation, our neighborhoods, our people need to get back on their feet. And, I'm reminded of a quote that my dear mom used to say, you're only as happy as your unhappiest child. Well, we are only as strong, friends, as the weakest among us. This is a people first, people powered campaign. And I have big vision for our city, but it's way too big for one person. It's going to require us to tackle multiple challenges at one time, and it's going to require us to do it as a community, to do it together. And I know I'm pledging to go first with this run for mayor, and I want to know who's with me today. And two people that I know are with me are my dear friends, Gilda and Barry Boyer, and I'm going to invite them now to say a few words to us.
Well, hello. Well, thank you so much, Tiffany. Yes, we are behind you 100%. And Barry and I are so delighted to be here in support of your run for mayor. It's funny, since the derecho, Barry and I have had so many conversations about our city. We're pretty much lifelong Cedar Rapidians. We had our careers here, we raised our kids here, and we've really been having serious conversations about where we are today and really what we look like 10 years from now. And it wasn't too long after we had one of those conversations that we got a call from Tiffany, and she said, hey, would you be interested in serving as my campaign co-chairs? And Barry and I, without hesitation, said absolutely. And the reason why is this: we believe that Tiffany has those leadership characteristics that we need now. She has enthusiasm, she has energy, and she also really understands, as you just heard today, community. And community really for us is all people in Cedar Rapids. We need to bring all of our diverse community members together and talk about what Cedar Rapids is and what Cedar Rapids can and should be. And I believe that Tiffany has all the attributes, and really primarily that strong leadership. It's an innate, I think, characteristic of hers, that leadership ability to go forward and inspire citizens, because she is correct. It's not one person, it's not the mayor, it's not a council person, it's all of us in community together to make this a better place. And Barry and I are delighted to be able to support her.
Thank you, Gilda. Like all of you, Gilda and I have a deep and abiding love for Cedar Rapids, and we will never forget that the opportunities that came to us came because of the community we lived in. We feel very, very fortunate about that. The flood, the derecho, the pandemic, have been body blows to our community. And in spite of the incredible resilience of our people, I can't help but feel, and I think as a group, we can't help but feel that people are tired and wondering about our future in a world that's changing at an ever-pacing rate. Recently I reached out to 20, growing up in Cedar Rapids, I, have friends in all quadrants of the city in different, walks of life. And, I asked 20 people, who have always represented to me success in various ways, how they feel about, Cedar Rapids. Will Cedar Rapids be a better community 10 years from now than it is today? And, what I heard from those 20 people was maybe. And that confirmed my own uneasy feelings. Cedar Rapids has always been full of zip and vigor, and people have always seen a brighter tomorrow. Right now, people are tired, and I think they're wondering. Leadership always sets the pace. Tiffany brings an energy and an experience needed to reignite, in my opinion, all Cedar Rapidians around a picture and a plan that assures our place in the future. It doesn't happen with fancy marketing words or slogans or, promises. A better future occurs when we look at ourselves honestly, without defensiveness, and tackle the issues that prevent us from being our very best. Anyone who meets Tiffany, boy, I know I feel this way, walk away feeling better and inspired by her energy, smarts, and love of people. I'm betting on that spark to change the collective maybe into a resounding yes, getting away from maybe. I want to talk to those same 20 people a year from now and have them say, absolutely, Cedar Rapids is going to be better 10 years from now. And I really hope you and Gilda join, or you and everyone on the call here join Gilda and I in helping Tiffany become our next mayor.
Thank you so much, Barry. And I want to talk to those people too. And I also want to talk to everybody on the call. You know, there's a reason I invited, the people I invited to this call. Everyone has, thoughts like you, Barry and Gilda, about our city. And I'm going to encourage everybody, not in this public forum, but please, reach out. Yeah, you know me, you have my cell number. In fact, I've even put my cell number and my email on my website. I really need to hear from you about what's important to you and your vision. I'm running for mayor because I believe I have the energy, the leadership, and the vision to bring our city to the next level. I'm committed to doing what it takes to provide a swift recovery from the human and economic toll of COVID and derecho. I'm committed to providing opportunity for our citizens in the form of stable, good paying jobs while supporting and growing the existing businesses who we've been lucky enough to call Cedar Rapids home, all while, by the way, recruiting new talent and new business. And finally, we got to talk about quality of life, friends. Lucci's particularly interested in this one, as am I. The why people not only move here, but why they stay here. And maybe, Devin, this is not a subtle hint, maybe they move back here. Nubo is a great start. And I was proud to be part of the building of that neighborhood. Today, Czech Village, Mary Kay McGrath, thank you. Czech Village in the midst of a rebirth, and all of those folks who really put their necks out in Czech Village to take that back. Let's focus now on the heart of our city. And I consider that the river. As mayor, I earn the opportunity to shine a light where I think it's needed. And friends, I want to light this one up. Riverfront development on both sides. Both sides. I've heard about this plan and that plan and 10 years to get a flood wall. Well, I'm telling you here, I'm pledging to dig into this one. The life and opportunity it would bring to our city is a game changer. Quality of life is key to any community, frankly, that expects to thrive in these modern times, especially, where with technology, people can literally choose to live anywhere they want. We need to be a welcoming place where people from all different backgrounds, racial, ethnic, and otherwise, can see themselves thriving. And that said, it brings me back to people, full circle. None of this matters if we don't shine the brightest light on our people. This is a people first, people powered campaign. As I said, you're going to find my email, my phone number on my website. I want to hear from friends and plenty of strangers throughout this journey about their challenges, their opportunities, and their vision. And it's an exciting one from a lot of people, friends. If you'd like to be a part of this team, go to my website. There are multiple ways to support me. And I really hope you'll keep in touch on social media, because that's how we're able to keep in touch in real time. Finally, I'm not going to let you go without this. I humbly ask for your vote, and it might be 8 months away, but I'm asking for it today, asking for your vote on November 2nd of this year. It's called the City of Five Seasons, and friends, the 5th season is here. It's leadership. I'm raising my hand. I'll go first. I want to know who's with me. Who's with me? Thanks for joining me, everybody. Have a terrific week.